Workers at Gold One mine in Springs are staging another underground sit-in protest after the company dismissed 50 miners. About 447 mine workers have not resurfaced since Thursday night. The company's legal representative says some of those underground are being held against their will. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana is tracking that story for us and joins me live in studio. Zola, again, Gold One mine finds itself on the headlines for all the wrong reasons. What is happening now? Is it a sit-in? Is it a hostage situation?
Well, Nhlanhla, so from what we saw, it's similar to what happened not so long ago, where workers are saying it is a sit-in, and management of Gold One is saying it's a hostage situation, because the legal representative of the mine mentioned that there are workers that are underground that are saying they were held hostage. You know, they were not meant to be part of that sit-in. But when you're speaking to, colleagues of them that are outside and are supporting and standing in solidarity, they are saying that it was a planned sit-in, similar to what, happened not so long ago. So what they demand this time is the issue. They actually want their union that's on paper, which is the National Union of Metal Workers, to fight for them in terms of those people that have been dismissed. We are told that there's been dismissals almost every day, and obviously that is a result of a sit-in that was conducted. So the mine is in a process of that, and those people do not want to see that happen. They want to see their colleagues being reinstated, and obviously the mine at this point is not in that position. What they are doing, they're continuing with inviting people for disciplinary hearings, especially those that were in the forefront, at the forefront of the sit-in.
Let's speak more about the mine's response to the situation. Apart from giving an assessment of what is happening underground, how are they responding to the situation?
Well, for them, I mean, we spoke to the legal advisor, and that's the only person we've been able to reach out to, and they are saying that they are aware of what's happening. As a result, operations have been suspended at Gold One. And they will obviously take, legal processes, towards those that are underground. So basically, the processes that we will follow this time are similar to the ones that were followed during the sit-in. So whoever that's involved in this particular sit-in, because we are told that there's over 400 mine workers that are trapped underground. So they'll follow the same procedures should they decide to resurface. But we don't know when they're deciding to do that, when they'll decide to resurface. But when we were there, some of their colleagues were, actually worried about their conditions, what could possibly be happening, because no one spoke about them receiving food, and those that have health conditions as well. Their family members were there, worried about what could possibly be happening. So at this stage, we don't know if they are going to continue, perhaps until Monday, until management addresses them, or it's going to be a situation similar to what had happened, where they decide voluntarily to return to surface.
So they've been underground since Thursday night, 4-day Thursday night shift. It's now Saturday, and you spoke about the condition or uncertainties around what condition are those miners in underground right now. Have we been able to capture any word on the status of the miners underground?
Well, it's been difficult to actually even, communicate with them, because you'd understand that where they are right now, most of them don't have access to their phones. Hence, they are unable to communicate with their family members. Everyone is worried, but those that are working inside the mine are saying that they're not really worried about the conditions down there, because they are mine workers, so they know that they are safe. But what they're worried about is food, and also medication to those that are in need of the medication. So the number of mine workers that went underground took a sacrifice for those that remained outside. Hence, they've been sleeping outside the mine to say, we are remaining in solidarity with those that are underground. And we actually hope that this time, this will yield positive results. Nhlanhla, you'd understand that on the first sit-in, they wanted AMCU, another union, to be given organizational rights, so that the NUM can actually, most of them seemed unhappy with the NUM. So they weren't there because the NUM has lost, or rather the contract that they had with Gold One, the contract that was about the closed shop agreement was terminated. Yes. So which means that now AMCU can then pitch and say they want to represent these mine workers that have been saying they are not happy with how the NUM has been representing their interests, and they would like AMCU to come on board because they believe that they can do better.
So we also heard details around the previous protest back in October, the disciplinary hearings, and the recent dismissal of 50 employees. You mentioned that the process to discipline those found to be in the wrong still continues as things stand right now.
Yes, certainly. I mean, we even spoke to a number of workers that are in solidarity with their colleagues, but they don't want to be seen on TV because they are saying that the management of the mine has been using a lot of those visuals, when they are going for their hearings, and people are really in fear at this point because some of them don't even know their future, what's going to happen to them, because others even said they were told to come in, for a hearing, and after the sit-in happened, so obviously everything was on a standstill. So there's a lot of uncertainty as to what will happen, to those that have, been issued out suspension letters and all of that. Right. They are hoping that from this sit-in, at least maybe something positive will come out from it.
And as we wrap up, is there any word from the unions that are involved or representing some of these workers?
Well, Nhlanhla, there hasn't been any word from both unions at this point. One would expect the NUM to be the one that's actually there, considering the fact that on paper it is the union that's representing the majority of the workers at Gold One. And that's what they were expecting, actually, to see the NUM representing their interests, especially those that have been dismissed because they feel like they were dismissed unfairly. Now, they haven't been receiving any communication, and this is what they are saying. And also, AMCU has not been communicating with them. But obviously, AMCU doesn't have much power in terms of making decisions on behalf of workers at this point in the mine, because they don't have, organizational rights until the contract ends between Gold One and the NUM.
Zola, thank you so much for that comprehensive report.